joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
I love that. I don't care who you are. I freaking love it.
All right.
That's old school.
That is. That's some He-Man stuff right there. Us 80s kids know all about that. All right.
That's right.
All right, everybody.
Right.
Thanks for coming out tonight. We're having some technical issues. She had to move to a different spot to be able to stream. TJ Autocross is going to be the co-host tonight.
Hey,
Paul,
everybody. Nice to be here. Thanks, Skip.
Thank you very much. And Paulie couldn't make it. He's hanging out with family, I believe. And our special guest tonight is Lake to Land Aquatics Plus.
Hi, guys.
Go ahead and let's do some hellos here. We're going to go off the participants list because I know it'll probably jump on me all kinds of crazy. And, well, no, it'll be easier this way. I just looked at that. All right. First in was Rico. Thank you, bud, for being here. Maria Z. Let's see. Maria Z, she's lurking. She's going to be doing some tank stuff. We got the lovely Patty dropping down. Did you see what she did? Almost read that. It's Lakes to Land. She yelled at me earlier because I did put land to lakes because I think I was thinking about butter. I'm not too sure. We got Richard Reynolds. Linda Worth. We got Laura LJ Shrimp. We got Dennis Christensen. Let's keep going. We got Big Steve. We got Eddie, Master Aquatics. We got Kalish, Carol Cox, Jeff Kane. We got a first timer, Shadows Echo. His first time watching, just an unnamed hobbyist here for moral support and hoping to learn a thing or two. I think I know who that is. I'll see him later. We got Select Pet, Silver Creeks, Smokey the Fish Gal. Hello. It's the first time I've seen that one, I believe. Fish Girl. We got Susie Q, which she will be streaming next. I'll get that. If one of the mods would please put that link in chat for us. Coro Works. Bruiser, how you doing? We got Eric. Listen here, you little. How you doing, Terry? I remember doing that to him all the time in his stream. Larry D, how you doing? Chili head. Mr. Spicy Guy. She must have just dropped her.
Yeah.
That's all right. Oh, there she is. Can you hear us? She's like, this is going to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you. There's. I'm in between two cars. And there's people getting out of them. It's kind of weird. And I'm talking to my phone. They probably think I'm a little weird.
I'll leave that alone. I'll be nice.
He definitely just gave me the look.
Blow
Okay.
Like, get the hell out of here. All right. So, how we want to do this? So, well, let's go ahead and talk about your website. I'm going to bring it up here. Tell everybody what you do. Like, we know that you know that you make your own shrimp food and some other stuff. So go ahead and please talk about that.
All right. Well, I just started. Well, LJ Shrimp Laura, she and I were friends, and she did the shrimp thing. So I wanted to be able to hang out in the shrimp world without having shrimp. So I just started messing around with 100% organic ingredients that I heard or researched that they'd like, and I started doing it. And then I started getting more ingredients and messing around, and they just become successful, and the shrimp like them. So I just keep making more and researching more things that are beneficial and good for them and adding it to my products. And then I go to swaps and learn more and just keep adding stuff.
Well, I could tell you that I have quite a bit of your sticks, your shrimp cakes, and that's all I've gotten so far. Because I don't need to fry stuff yet. I'm sure I will because it's wintertime. These Corys are probably going to start doing their thing, and I want to. I'd like to raise them and actually take them to swaps and sell and give them out to people. I'm going to go ahead and show your
You need to.
All right. So here we go. Here's a website. Patty had put the link in chat, but it's pretty straightforward. Oh, well, LJ Shrimp, she helps her out. Let's see. Here we go. So you're getting into the 3D stuff, right? You got somebody printing that for you.
Yeah. Right. Poseidon's Pets.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if you can link him, but yeah,
There you go. The barn.
but he did a great job for me. I started getting in isopods and other bugs, and I just wanted more stuff because he started doing the shrimp stick holders, and I wanted more things.
Well, that's pretty cool though. I think that stuff's pretty neat. Please tell me
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at all the different options you've got there, the dishes and the different types of shapes of stuff. That's neat stuff, right? I think a lot of the folks that have the shrimp, it kind of gives a little personality to the tank, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you also, well, I did not see this, but you make also food for your isopods.
Yes, I just started doing that. And springtails and millipedes or whatever you might
Okay, I see.
have in your vivarium or terrarium.
You also sell worm cultures, the lollies that everybody loves to buy. You got quite a bit of stuff on this website. So I want to tell everybody to go and go to this website.
Oh yeah, they're my best thing.
Yeah, look at all this stuff.
All right, so now I got some questions. What's the dehydrated carrots and the peas for?
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Shoot. You have questions?
Yeah.
About what?
The dehydrated carrots and the peas. What are they for? What would you use to feed those?
Those are for isopods.
Okay.
Like the dehydrated carrots there, they'll get a little bit of tiny mold on them after a while. The springtails will feed on them. The springtails will live inside your isopod enclosure, your terrarium. So it's kind of beneficial. And then it breaks down into organic matter. I mean, I guess feed the peas to fish, but I wouldn't. Just because I think those.
Okay. You got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, look at all the powders, right?
So you got a Snello making kit that you made up. These shrimp cakes, I'm going to tell you, my shrimp love them. The Blue Dreams that I had, I got these off of you at the Clash, and I started feeding them, and they just love those shrimp cakes.
Is it like a pellet, Skip?
Yes, kind of
The
like
plecos and snails like that stuff too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Is it a protein based, or is it? Does it also have some vegetable matter in the shrimp
That's
cakes?
the product that has more of it has worm base in it too. The
Okay.
other ones are mostly vegetarian, we'll say. That
Yep.
actually has a little bit of, we'll say, bug protein in
Yep.
it.
Yep.
It says right here, it's an omnivore mixture of spirulina, calcium, several kinds of worm meal. I cannot say that word. Bentonite clay. Okay. For the exoskeleton development.
So like a calcium type of supplement or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Have you ever thought about making other fish food, like for your other fish that you have?
Yes, but I don't think I'm there yet. But like, I wouldn't mind coming up with my own flake. But some of the tools to make that kind of stuff is ridiculous. Like Grant from Crayfish Empire and I were talking, and his pellets are a decent one was over $1,000. I'm just not there yet, you know.
Oh my.
Hmm. Yeah. So the investment is pretty
Yeah.
big up front, right, to get in. Yeah.
So you want to talk about what type of fish you keep?
What I keep,
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of everything. I have a few kinds of shrimp that I got from Laura. I have the monster pond that's in my basement. It's a pool pond. It's 660 gallons, but I've only kept it about 500 gallons. It has Oscars and arowana, red tail catfish, some Jack Dempsey's, some other things that just thanks and I got. So I have some big cichlid. I have some goldfish, one koi. I have some axolotls. And then I have a lot of nano fish that I got from clubs and stuff, just working on breeding, whatever, to be able to take random cool things to swap that no one else has. And I have some bichers, just frogs. I have it all.
You
A little
got
bit of everything, I guess. But my love started with the big fish.
okay.
I was gonna ask kind
What's
of
that?
what your favorites were.
So it started with the big fish. What made you want to get into the big fish right away? Since that's where you started.
Uh, because they're just impressive. Like, I mean, when you see it, like the Oscar that's down there now is the biggest Oscar I've ever seen, and she's impressive. Like you're not gonna find a bass around here the size of her. I swear to God, she's that big. It's incredible to see her mouth, and they're just incredible. I just like the arowana. I mean, I don't know. You can see nano fish in all of these little box stores, but to get out in the basement and watch these guys, it's amazing.
That's cool. Yeah, it's I when I first started seeing them on YouTube, I was just like,
Can you
man,
hear
I
me,
want.
Skipper?
I said, whenever I first started seeing them on YouTube, like the big fish, like what you have, I was like, man, I'm gonna get some of them. And then I was like, oh no, I ain't got room for that. For that, so I might
Yeah,
have to build a whole nother building for that stuff.
that's where I'm at, Skip, is that the biggest tanks I've got are 40 breeders, and there's no way, right? So I think they're awesome. I just don't know that I've got a place to put them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Yeah,
Well, I kind of lucked out because we have an old farmhouse and it has a cellar, you know? So what am I going to put down there?
well,
Fish.
that's where I'm at. I'm in the basement. Eventually, I keep saying this. I just need to just do it. Is behind me is another big section of the basement. I'm taking it over. That's all there is to it. And then I'll just use this part for storage of stuff and on that side of the steps by the furnace. But I still, it's like I want more Corydorus. So obviously I'm going to need more tanks, right? Because I have an addiction with Corydorus. I don't know why, but I do. I just love them. I think they're cool. I guess I'm a bottom dweller too. You know what I mean?
They are cool.
So I want to get into breeding, so I definitely need more room. So that is the one thing that's nice about us having basement, cellars, whatever you want to call it these days. I haven't heard cellar in a long time. I like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. What are you going to do with the basement? If you can't get it finished, why not just make use of it? So there you go. I like that. Of course,
That's
I have
right.
other, throughout the house, I have other tanks, but my majority's down here in the basement.
I have a tank in every room, at least one in every room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, come to think of it, yeah, I do too. Except, well, I had to take the one out of the living room because we were starting to get real. I had the 55-gallon in there, and we needed bigger furniture because our kids were growing up. So it kind of got pushed into the dining room. The kitchen, I have a tank. Axolotls in that for now. That's going to come down to the basement soon because it needs a 20 long now. But yeah, I have one in the mud room. There's a 5-gallon tank in there with a betta in it. I don't have one in the bathroom. No, I don't have one in the bathroom yet. I think she would get upset if I did that.
Oh,
I've managed to keep to
yeah, I don't have one in the
tanks
bathroom.
no, I've got tanks in 3 rooms, I think, in the house. Yeah, so I've managed to kind of consolidate.
Yeah. LJ Shrimp, she says, I'll be like her in a few years. Kids are out, and I got room and time now. Well, here's the issue. Their bedrooms are on the 2nd floor. I wouldn't be able to put too many up there. Because I wouldn't, well, at least big tanks. I could put some racks at 20s or something, just one level. But my luck, because it'd be up there, say I would have 10 fish tanks in the room. My luck, one of them's going to leak. We're going to be sitting there watching TV, and the ceiling's going to fall in, and she's going to throw something at me because I just got a split in the ceiling cave. Yeah, I ain't going to be able to do that. No. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I'm limited on the 2nd floor. Well, yes,
What corridors do you have, Skip?
Oh my gosh. Oh man, one of my female bettas died. Sorry, I got red Venezuelans. I have one Rubitai Corydorus. It was an actual rescue that I got from Petco.
Oh shit!
She dropped her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Are you good? You're good. Okay. I got a Barbatus. I have Millenii. I have Melitanius. I have Longfin Aeneas. I have a Longfin Paleotis.
Holy shit!
I have Sturbeyes. I have Black Schultzi. Punctatus. It's a little Corydorus. Stays small, which is nice. And I have some coming next week, but you'll have to wait to see what those
I
are.
need a little one.
Then I have some Aspidoris. I got 2 different kinds. Spilatus and I can't say them damn Latin names. I got 2 different kinds of them. I can't say it. I need to take a class.
A fish naming class?
I'm gonna have to learn how to speak Latin, I guess. How many was that? I lost count. You're gonna make me count. 1, 2,
That was a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I forgot I got pygmies. 11. So actually, after next week, I'll have 12. Boy, do I have a feeling I'm missing one. 13 total starting next week. I'll have to spell this out. I'll put it in chat.
Watching the little bits of the egg watch, those Similis are gorgeous. The smudge spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some of them now because I watched them being raised.
Mm-hmm.
I said
but they're
that,
just beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to get some. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat, please, and I will get to it. If you have any questions for her, that's the
Poecilus and Spilotus are the 2 Aspidoras that you have?
yes. Yeah. It's funny because the Spilotus, them ones, I got a hell of a deal on them.
At a swap or something?
They're still in there.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah, I know, right? Got it at the swap. It's the CCY one. I got 2 bags for the price of 1. That was nice.
Oh, that's cool. Looks like Richard Reynolds said his Duplicarius finally started breeding.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Those are also some pretty corridors.
Yes, they are. They are.
So, Latoya, when did this all start? Have you been keeping fish and in the hobby for a long time, or was this kind of more of a recent thing? You mentioned kind of being friends with Laura.
I've always had a. Well, I always had fish and a bunch of animals and whatnot, but nothing really took off until like I met Laura and she showed me the shrimp world, and we wanted to be vendors and do swaps together, but like I just had a couple fish, so I wanted to find a way to fit in, and then it took off a little bit, so I just keep improving it.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's always interesting to find out.
And the more I learn, just level up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, and look at all the stuff you got on the website now. I mean, there's a ton of stuff there for fish keeper, shrimp keeper, bug keepers. It's great.
Now,
Thank you.
How many? So you like to keep the isopods? How many of that different varieties of them do you have?
5. And then I have other stuff like peanut beetles and super worms and giant millipedes. But I have 5 kinds of isopods, 2 species, 5 kinds.
So what made you want to get into them?
I love bugs, always did. And they are like terrestrial aquarium shrimp. Like you can get more, and they breed for you in little containers. You don't need that much, but you do have to give them the right things to make them want to be plentiful and survive. So it's, creating that little ecosystem and checking them out. And they're just little roly-polies for the most part. So instead of having gray ones, I have ones with spots and stripes and colors. You can collect them like Pokemon.
Do you keep them in like aquariums or more like totes or tubs or things like that? Or
Like, yeah, I have like totes that I call bins, and I
Mhm.
get little vents, and we drill holes and put beds in them. Yeah.
Okay.
Could you put them in, like, say, a 10-gallon aquarium and raise them, and put one of them screen
Oh
lids
yeah,
on
you
it?
can definitely put them in aquarium. Definitely. And like for instance, like if you have like a really nice terrarium that's planted and stuff and you have a gecko, well you want a cleanup crew, and that's basically what the isopods are. Is that, they are a cleanup crew, and instead of just having like your average like gray ones, you can have this variety inside. And certain ones do certain things. Certain species like more dry, you know what I mean?
Well, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get. Well, I can tell you right
It's
now,
bad.
I would have to hide that if I got into that. 'Cause
Jen would not be psyched about bugs in
You
the
don't
house.
want to
Skip.
know where my bugs are right now, then.
what, in your bedroom under your bed?
No, my bug bins are currently in the kitchen corner because I'm going home to do some stuff.
Yeah. I'm waiting for her to tell me to move the vinegar ill culture I just set up yesterday. So it's on the kitchen counter. We'll see. It don't
Uh-oh.
stink, so that's one thing I was worried about whenever I put that cheesecloth on top.
Yep.
I was like, man, I'm gonna smell that. No.
I don't smell anything. Not like the microworms. I used to have microworm culture, and that if you took the top off, you knew something was in the room, but not the vinegar eels. They doesn't seem to really be that much of a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't smell my vinegar eels.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I thought for sure after setting that up.
Do you have stinky vinegar eels? Yeah.
No. I was worried.
Mm-mm.
I was worried that
Okay.
the vinegar and water. I thought, even though I put that cheesecloth over it instead of putting the polyfill in, I watched Greg Jones how he set his up, so I was doing it his way, and I was like, man, I'm gonna smell that vinegar because whenever you set it up, that vinegar smells all through your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wife goes, "What are you
It
picking?"
does.
Vinegar eels. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So I walked in the house today whenever I got
Oh
off,
my.
and I was very surprised that it didn't stink. So I was like, "Oh, good, that's good. I'll be all right. I won't get in trouble."
Mm-hmm.
She tells me to move it. I'll just put them in the laundry room then.
Just keep moving them further and further away until she stopped talking about it.
I don't. I see. So one thing I don't know about vinegar eels is this. Like, so if I would put them in the basement, it like this winter I'll be moving upstairs because it'll get chilly down here.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably, to me, in my mind, I was like, man, I ain't going to be good to keep them down here, through the winter because of how chilly it gets. So I figure I'm just going to keep them upstairs. I figure they need to be semi like room temperature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. So we'll see how it goes. If I'm successful, which I hope I am.
At keeping them, you mean?
They're
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple compared to I used to have to you had to redo the cultures for the microworms. These seems like, you can go 6 months plus or minus a little
Right.
bit and they kind of just do their thing.
Yet from what the video I watched, it 6 months is a good time, but you can go up to a year for like you want to restart.
Sure.
And I was like, man, so I put a date on mine so I remember whenever I started. I ain't gonna remember that. Glad I put the date on there. I thought I started it 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. So
You were already
yeah, I already forgot.
you were already wrong.
You what?
Oh my.
So Latoya, anything new coming up on the website that the folks here that now have been introduced to it can be looking for coming in, later this year or into the new year?
Yes, actually. I just bought my domain to do .com, lakelandaquatics.com. It will probably be released sometime in January, and so this website will be over there for the most part. But within the next month here, I should have more tools and supplies as far as nets, hides, feeding devices, tongs, stuff that you would need besides the food. So things I wish I had that I didn't have that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And has that kind of been a little bit of the approach, right? It's stuff that all of a sudden you find that you love, and that's what ends up in your kind of collection of products. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's always nice, right? It's it's not just a collection of things, it's things that you've found and you've said, hey, wait a second, that's improved my hobby in some way, and so now I want to offer it up to other people. I think that's great.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah, I like that too. Because if I know I'm probably gonna piss somebody off, but whatever. If you're gonna have a store, like if you're starting out your own little one, I would rather sell something that I have tried, that I know that it worked for me, that possibly it could work for someone else, but I have experience with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't gonna have a Fluval F6 up on my website for sale whenever I never used the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of
Yep.
like what she's
Right.
doing, her idea of how she's doing it. I like that.
Yep.
Then in her on her website, she has these drip acclimation tools. What I like about the suction cup is it keeps it down in there as opposed to using your lid or whatever to hold it, or of course I ain't got one sitting here, or a clip. So I like that idea. It also comes with two other ones. So these things work great. One of the tools that she hooked me up with, I like those things because it just makes it a lot easier. Well, instead of tying it in a knot, you got a valve that you can use to slow the drip down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot easier.
Well, it's easier, it's more consistent, right? I think, certainly a valve compared to a knot, making sure that it's got the right level of drip that you're looking for. And like you said, having the suction cup in there so the thing doesn't all of a sudden flip out of the water and you end up losing your siphon. And yeah. I think that's cool. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think that buying from someone that's got experience with the products so that that it was the collection of things was curated in some way, right? And if I have problems, they've used it so they could probably help me, as opposed to, I don't know, call the manufacturer. So I think it's really smart the way she's got that set up. I think it's cool.
Thank you.
Only June says she needs a shrimp guard that will pick up detritus and not shrimp. Ooh. I'm trying to think. Well, detritus essentially, whenever you suck it up, say you get a thin enough screen, it would go through, right? Or would it clog it up? I don't know how to answer that.
I think it
Because
depends
normally I
on what
just
it is, unfortunately.
You know
yeah.
what? You could try.
What?
They sell empty cloth tea bags on Amazon and other websites, and they have a little drawstring and everything that you could put on the end. And some of them are thicker than others, so you'd have to look in the description of the holes.
Yeah, just to cover like the end of the python or something like that, right?
Right. The stuff will still should go through,
So
but not your shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
there is something. I just remembered I have it. So this is a python, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what June's wanting to. She needs something to attach it. Don't ask me where I got this because I don't remember. What's great about this is you just rake it through the substrate, and the holes are small enough to where at least you may get some shrimplets that might go in there, but this would be a good tool. I will find it and I will send you an email.
That's
I know
cool.
where I got this. I got it from somebody whenever I bought a tank. It was in there, so I don't even know if they even make that anymore. It's not python, but it fits on the end of it.
Mm-hmm. I like it because it could also dig a little bit into like if you had gravel or some sort of substrate, right?
Yeah, what's nice is if, say you got a guppy tank and it's full of fry or something, as you put it down in there, they're not getting sucked in there. Then you just get it down and you just kind of like rake it. This would, I ain't going to say because I don't know. It may be good to help with sand too, but it's still going to suck up in there. So that ain't
Steven
gonna
said
work.
he's got the same thing, Skip. He said it's called the cleaning claw from Lee's, which is the company that makes the the specimen containers.
Thank you, Stephen. Yeah. I knew I seen it on a website before, but I couldn't remember where I saw it. Vibes, thank you for the $5.99 super chat. He wants to know who the beautiful young lady on the panel is. Wants you to be a guest on his channel. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, hey, Bob.
This is
What
Lake.
did he say?
He's goofy. He knows who it is. He met you.
Oh, I know.
He was at the
Yeah, I know who he is.
goofball.
Hi, Bob. Me too.
Is he still? Thank you, Stephen, for putting that in there in the chat. So there you go, June. FishTanksDirect.com.
Maybe we're gonna have to sell those on the website. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a pretty neat tool. It just hit me that I had it. I did use it once before. I totally forgot. But I didn't use it on sand or nothing. It was in the beginning with the gravel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it certainly works in that setup.
And then there's also a video of the product review. Bob Kaler did it. So that'd be a good thing to go look at, see if it's going to work for you or not. And that man, at that time, he probably had 80 plus tanks. He has downsized a lot of his tanks because he's going to reptiles also.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now this is going to be a hard question because you already have big fish. Okay. You already got a red-tailed catfish. I mean, everybody would love to have one of them, but, they call them tank busters for a reason. All right, quick story. My sister-in-law got one. She goes, "Oh, I got this cute little fish."
Oh, no.
It was red tail. Mm-hmm.
That's how I got mine. Same story.
So she goes,
Someone got them and then I got them.
This thing's so cute, blah, blah, blah. I said, I ain't going to lie. I said, what the hell are you thinking? I said, you better go put a freaking pool in your basement right now. You're going to need it. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, what? Is it they get up to, is it 3 years? How long do they get?
3 feet. 3 feet.
Yeah.
Especially they'll get a little bit shorter since they're in like a tank. But out in the wild they get chunky. And I think they're beautiful. They're one of my favorite fish. I don't like to push them, but they're gorgeous.
So she goes, "Oh, it won't get that much bigger because of the tank size." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, here we go. Here we go."
Mm.
I schooled her, and she goes, "Oh my God." Well, poor thing ended up dying on her. Got stuck in an ornament, and it passed away. But that was actually probably a blessing in disguise. She wasn't ready for all that.
No,
Yeah.
most people, there's
She,
no way.
but so you already got big fish.
Well,
What if you? What other type of big fish would you like to have that'd be like a bucket list fish? Doesn't matter how big of a tank that you need that you would like to have.
that's hard because I don't know. I think I'd stop at red tail because I don't think I could physically handle an arapaima. You know what I mean? They'll knock you the hell out, break limbs and stuff. If you ever watch Ohio Fish Rescue, I don't think I'm all about that. So I'd probably stop at the red tail. It's the biggest fish I'd probably keep. Unless we go to mammals and I can have a whale or something.
Well, I mean, it goes into an aquarium, so it lives in water. Uh, so, do you have any fish that you're looking for that you'd like to get that you don't have?
I don't think right now. Um, I'm a bit overwhelmed in the fish room. I was in love with the Platinum Angels for a minute and I lost mine, so I'd like to get another pair of Platinum Angels. There's something about that all white shimmery fish and the
Mhm.
fins. I didn't even really like angels until I got them. So I'd like to get me another pair of Platinum Angels.
Mm, I had them before myself, and I did love them. It's just they're eye catching.
Pretty.
You watch the movie Up.
And that they like dance.
Well, yeah, yeah, and they are a beautiful angelfish. Now I got to get some.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Yeah,
wouldn't have
right? Me too.
probably
So keep a look.
about 6 months ago I wouldn't have said that I was an angelfish fan, and then I went to one of the local fish stores that we have here in the area, and they had marble angels, like small ones that were locally bred, and I was like, oh my gosh, those things look great, and so I ended up bringing some home. They're some of my favorite fish in my community tank right now.
Yeah, they
I like how they move.
Mm-hmm.
yes, they flow really nice. So is there one that's I got to remember this because I'm gonna have to get gills. It's an all black angel. I forget what they call
Mm-hmm.
them. Uh, I don't know what it
Oh
is. I
yeah.
love those too. They're nice.
I also like the ones that Mike's Bulgarian Green.
You have like photos.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah.
Bulgarian.
Mike has some nice ones.
Beautiful. Paul picked up a bunch of those at the Clash. He's got them at home in North Carolina now. Soltero.
No, that was
No,
not those.
no.
He picked no. It was the Millennium Corridorus that he was looking for. The
Oh, at the
Corridor.
swap. Yeah. But no, the Clash.
Yes, he did pick a couple
Right. He
of
got
them.
some seal
You're right.
points or something like that.
Seal points. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty
them
fish.
freaking things are nice too.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
like those too. They have
they
those lilac ones. Yeah, the lilac.
Hey,
Vinay
Vinay.
also. Hello, Vinay. Thanks for popping in. I'm also going to be giving you a call after the stream, Vinay. So he Vinay bought some off of him. Matter of fact, at the last CCY swap, I think he did. Eduardo did, and also, or no, he was going to, and his sister took it out from under. That was funny, but yeah, those angels are nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're and what's nice about them is you can get a pair of them, keep them in well, I've seen them in 20s, but I would put them in here for breeding a 29.
Mm-hmm.
He can breed them in a 20 high, but yeah, they are pretty beautiful. There's no way around that.
Yep, I agree. So, Latoya, you mentioned trying to breed some of maybe the smaller, the nano fish. Anything in particular that you're working on right now that you're pretty excited about, or?
Well, I got some Liberty Mollies and some Lemias. Um, some of the things that are like really close, they're like endangered or not. They're borderline cares fish, not quite there. Some those are the ones that I have right now for the most part. I do have a couple platies and stuff like that, but I have two kinds of Lemias. Um, the Liberty Mollies, White Clouds, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I like the conservation aspect too, right? Finding the fish that are, either endangered or extinct. I've got a variety of white cloud that was described in 2019, I think it was, and the last time I think the scientist had said that they had seen it in the wild was like 2017 or something like that, and so I really like the aspect of trying to keep them at least in the hobby if we don't know where they are in the wild. I think that's a fun part for me of breeding and keeping
That's
fish.
right. Oh, and the good dads.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, don't let me forget them. I have two kinds of those too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a trip to your house. I gotta see these in person. It ain't like you live 2 hours away. That's crazy. So
Not at all.
I don't think a lot of people know this story. So her and LJ knew me from YouTube, right? They knew I lived in Pennsylvania. They didn't realize it was like 30 minutes. We're 30 minutes away from each other. We did not know that. And you want to know what we found out?
I go fishing down by Skip's house.
You go fishing by his house?
On the lake.
Yeah, like my favorite fishing spots are down in Saxton. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and I found out at the clash,
Yes.
of all places, 3 to 4 hours away from where we live.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you
meet. Mm-hmm. I love stories like that. You end up going to like
Saxton, and you know what?
Yeah, that threw them off. And then they're like, "What?" I said, "All right, where the hell are you from?" And then they told me, I said, "You got to be kidding me, right?" I'm like, no, for real. I was like, "This is nuts."
That's funny.
It was funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this fishery.
That's a good time though.
Invite them over so they can see my fish and
Get her done, Skip.
I'll have to do that sometime.
Your
You need to
Corridora cave.
Come with one of the club meetings in Pittsburgh with us.
Yeah, I'd do it. Well, whenever there's a swap, let me know. It's funny you just said that. Where did that sign go? No. I got this at the Clash. From the Ferals, they were selling it.
Oh, that's neat.
It says Corridorus Crossing.
Yeah. Did they make that, Skip?
That's where some of my isopods came from.
Yeah.
Bree and Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like wood burned in.
Yeah. Did they make it, or they found a vendor for it?
Oh, I don't remember. I did ask him. I forgot.
But that's super cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure you whooped our butt in football because we sucked. Boy, did we suck this year. We haven't had oh, man, that's another subject.
Just this year, Skip.
We got a public auction as big as one we've been to.
He's going to ignore that comment, Lazoya.
Pittsburgh auction is the biggest
I know.
Well, you could go to
Truth.
There's another one. The BCAS, Bucks County Aquarium Society, has a pretty big one also that they do every year. I would actually like to go to that one, but I can go to Pittsburgh too. I mean, I am a Steelers fan, so I just hate to drive. I hate.
How far is that for you?
I'd rather drive to Pittsburgh.
Is it 3 hours?
About 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 for me. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2. Probably about 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny you say that, Tom. Lonnie just gave a fish naming talk at the CCY. So at the last swap, and I forget it, but he was talking to myself and Vinay about the last letters in the name or something like that, to where it helped with collection points and stuff like that, where they came from. It's pretty neat.
It's a whole thing, right? To decide what the names are going to be, and sometimes they're named after people or locations, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, ooh, poor Eduardo.
Lonnie is a good guy. He's smart too.
Yeah, Lonnie. Yeah, he was one of the first people to start the CCY. Oh, 2 hours straight shot from where Ian's are at. So yeah, it's still like 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes for me. It takes me 45 minutes to get to Altoona. Yeah.
That's kind of the nearest big city.
Yeah, actually it is.
Reasonable size city, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm like 45 minutes away from Penn State, which is one of the recognizable places. Holy cow, we got 2 minutes left. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that went by quick.
Wow, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And you got to go in there and buy something while you're there, too, by the way.
Payback for the parking spot, Skip?
So, all right. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. The mods for dropping some links on some awesome places to go look. One is LaToya's website. Also, a couple other little tidbits they put in there. Thank you very much. Thank you for the lurkers being here, listening to us.
Thank you.
While you're doing whatever you're doing. And everybody that participated in chat. I also want to thank TJ Autocross for being my co-host tonight, and LaToya for being our special guest.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun. I enjoyed
Thank
the opportunity.
you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for everybody in chat for supporting the channel and coming for some fun.
So if y'all, man,
thanks, Skip.
A lot of stuff in there. I don't even know what that is. Elmer's Glue Factory or what? Elmer's in Monroeville. So everybody go on over to Susie Q. Drop in there. She always has some awesome things to talk about. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Do you guys have anything to say?
No, just thanks. Everybody have a good night.
No, thank you guys. Thank you, Skip.
But I'm going to say for Paul, he ain't here. Stay fresh, cheese bags. See you.